I heard you have.
Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the ZoomOut podcast, the one of thousands of podcasts where 5 friends gather together and discuss games, movies, TV, streaming, all things entertainment. I'm your fill-in host today, filling in for David. My name's Darik. And with me are the usual crew of Brody. Say hello.
Hi.
There you go.
Oh, hi. Hello, I'm Brody.
Dallas.
What's up, dude?
And Alex.
How's it going, guys?
It's going well. How are all your weeks going? I guess it's Sunday.
So
it's the
good.
beginning of it, but how has
So
your week
good.
been?
It's been a great week
Good.
for me personally.
Good.
I feel like I'm finding a balance between the digital world, and the real world, you know?
Aren't they one and the same?
I mean, from my perspective, they are, but from an outside perspective, I don't believe that they are.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not the same for my fiance, Megan, or
Copy,
Megs, as I call her.
Yeah.
Because she just doesn't get it, you know? It's one of those things.
Get it.
She's not in this
It's like,
world.
hey, I'm going to talk to my friends on a podcast. And she's like, yeah, but you've never met them, though. And I'm like, you have no idea.
You don't get it.
You don't get it.
All right. Well, I mean, you have met Brody. Briefly.
I have.
Briefly.
I have met Brody.
So there
It
we
was
hugged.
actually, we did. We embraced. It was a deep embrace.
Like twice.
Warm.
So
At
just
least twice.
say you're going on a date with Brody, and I'll be right back, Megs.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to start saying in the future.
that's-
I think it'll actually upset her more, but that's fine.
I mean, Meg seems okay with our dates, though. Website.
It's
I mean,
true.
We have a lot of dates.
It's true. We do have a lot of dates. You're
Yeah.
not wrong.
Meg's cool
Yeah.
like that. Meg's cool like that.
Very.
She's chill.
All right, let's talk about stuff we want to talk about. Let's start with Alex. Alex, what do you want to bring to the table for us today?
Wow, just putting me right on the spot, eh?
Absolutely.
2 minutes
right on
in,
the
we're
spot.
going.
2 minutes in and we're going.
Get destroyed.
Hey, 5 minutes before, I don't know what I want to talk about. And then Darik, hey guys, Alex, you go first.
I thought it'd be a great exercise for you, you know?
I actually enjoy it.
Thank you so much. I mean, the first thing I want to talk about, and I talked about it with Websy a little bit already, was the Jake Paul fight over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's an absolute load of horse shit. I'm tired of everyone giving Jake Paul so much attention for fighting people who don't even box. It's actually infuriating. Like, I
It's
see it on,
true.
Wait, is that what's
See it on Twitter.
happening? He's getting pitted up against people who don't fight?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah. So let me get into it. So his first fight was against like KSI. It was literally like a YouTube beef.
No. That was his brother, Logan.
Oh, pardon me. Well, I'm thinking of Alias and Gibbs.
but
That's what I'm talking about.
but
That was
he
his first
I
fight.
think was in that fight show as one of the quote unquote undercard fights.
Yes.
and he
against
fought
Alias and Gibbs.
Yeah, he fought like another was he a YouTuber? I
Yes,
think.
another YouTuber. I'm sorry. Yes, his brother fought KSI. He fought another YouTuber, and so that's the first thing. Is he's just like, so the first thing was a YouTuber, and everyone's like, okay, fine. And then the next thing is he fights a retired basketball player, Nate Robinson,
What?
who's literally 5 feet tall. You know, and
He's
and
so
Jake,
little.
he's so little, and Jake Paul's 6'1" and just jacked. And guess what? Nate Robinson got knocked out, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it!" You know. And then over the weekend he fought Ben Askren. And so Ben Askren is his first challenge that was actually a little bit something, because Ben Askren's a UFC fighter. Now,
Okay.
Ben Askren came out of his element and boxed Jake Paul. But also, I don't know if you guys like saw the weigh-in with Ben Askren and Jake Paul. So Jake Paul looks like he's been training for the fight of his life. And Ben Askren looked like he trained by eating 30 breadsticks at Olive Garden.
Just 30?
So, just 30. I mean, probably closer to 100.
Okay.
The man looked like he just laid on the couch and just continued to eat, and then he's like, "I'm ready," which is weird because, like, if you've ever watched the UFC and you've seen Ben Askren fight, the man's an animal. So I was just very confused on why he looked like
Interesting.
he'd never fought anything in his life.
Well, I
And-
mean, he does have a body like a milk bag, though. Like he's very not built in the way that a typical fighter would be built in, and he's also normally not built that way because his thing is wrestling. Like he's an Olympian wrestler. he's known in the UFC for just taking people down and out wrestling them and not standing up and fighting with people. So when you said he jumped out of his element, it was like even people like Joe Rogan I saw in his podcast was like, "Hey, dude, Ben's not gonna win. He's never punched a guy in the face, you know?"
Right. But so that's the thing. And so even though it's a well-named UFC fighter, it's still not a legitimate boxer. And so it's just infuriating that Jake Paul is now 3-0 and everyone's like, he's the future. Like, this is it.
So,
you know, and I'm just like, oh my God.
okay, so I have no interest or inclination to watch any of this stuff, but it does come up on social media all the time. Obviously, it's coming up on my feed and stuff. But what I'm getting, outsider's perspective, is everybody's making fun of Jake Paul, like saying that he's like the Wish version of that other fighter. I forget what the fuck. I don't know his name, but like, you know what I mean? Like, they're making fun of him, and here I am hearing you saying that, like, I know he's knocking out people that don't deserve to be fighting, but he's ripped and he's going through people like it's nothing. Like, where is the truth here?
That's a great question. I mean, that's the thing. It's like we won't know until he fights somebody who can actually box. Like he's fought a YouTuber, a retired basketball player, and a guy who, like Dallas said, has never punched anybody in the face in his life. Like he fought like a true grappler who was like, "Yeah, I'll box. Let's do it,"
right,
while eating breadsticks. And so it just, and so it's just like, I just want there to be like a legitimate fight where we see how good Jake Paul is, because like, I already don't like Jake and Logan Paul that much, just because of a lot of the incidents that they've had, you know, with their business.
Yeah.
And so I'm in a position where I'm like, I don't want to like the guy. But the thing is like, if he fights a legitimate boxer and he wins, like, then I'll just be like, okay, like, you know, there we go. But until then, it's just so annoying to see all of the hype and the buildup and the cloud on social media of Jake Paul. It's just a frustrating thing to see. So
I hear a lot of people.
Agree.
Oh, sorry, you go.
Brody.
I was just gonna say, I hear a lot of people are getting really upset because it was like hours and hours of pre-show and build-up for like a 25-second fight. Is that true?
There were so many concerts and like
it was a carnival, right?
Yeah, it was like a carnival and pre-events, and like Jake Paul had like a robot in his corner. Like, I don't know what was happening.
What?
And then he has like a TKO against Ben Askren in the first round. And the other thing is, like, it's pay-per-view, so like I didn't even feel the need to watch this, because I'm not going to pay $50 to like put more money in Jake Paul's bank account. Just not going to happen. But I was able to find it because it lasted all of 30 seconds.
Right. Yeah.
And so it didn't really take long to watch.
Somebody made a TikTok.
Yeah, someone made a TikTok, and it was well under the 60-second cap.
Someone made a Vine.
Oh no!
Exactly.
Yeah, he did
limit.
have a legitimate transformer in the corner of his boxing ring, and I'm not exaggerating. It was a fucking transformer. It was
really
so funny. It's a big giant, a guy just in a giant robot suit.
What?
I have no idea why he did that.
Wow,
it blows my mind.
I'm honestly just sick of hearing the Paul brothers in the news, in social media.
I know.
They're
really good at it, though.
I know that's what pisses me off the most.
And that's the one place I have to concede, because clearly he's picking all of the right things to do to eventually get a really big money fight. You know, I mean he's playing the game. Like, I mean, he's in a real sport. He's boxing, but I mean, we all know it's a game to him, because all he's trying to do is, like, him and his brother both, like, one of the most recent things they've done is one of them called out Conor McGregor and one of them called out Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd's responding like the one of the best boxers in history.
Floyd's fighting Logan.
He is, yeah,
isn't he?
They said there's going to be a deal.
What?
Yes,
the greatest boxer in the history of.
I hope he gets fucking floored.
But the thing is like,
yeah.
Look, I don't like using the word rigged, but I mean, you know, Floyd's just going to let the fight go a few rounds just so that it puts more money in both their pockets.
Yeah,
like, that's the thing. Is like we can say it's not rigged all day long, but I mean, if Floyd knocks him out in the first round, then it's 10 seconds long, and then people are like, "Oh my god, it's 10 seconds long." It was the same thing with when Floyd boxed, you know, Conor McGregor. Like, Floyd could have knocked Conor out in seconds if he wanted to, in my opinion. But, you know, when you let the fight kind of go on, and then you let people are like, "Oh wow, Conor did okay," and "Oh wow, I felt like I got my money's worth," and so I'm just tired of I said I was tired of just the Paul brothers. I think I'm tired of boxing because it's just turned into this spectacle of like, let's just like do this just to get like a $300 million purse and walk away, because like that's what it's turned into.
Honestly, most things turn into that.
That's fair.
Everything good turns into that, and that's just social media. That's just the way everything needs to turn to, because it's the biggest mode of business in our lives right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
I do like boxing though, and I will say that I follow the heavyweight division a little bit more heavily than I do the other divisions, specifically
Nice.
because of the clout that
Mhm.
comes with the heavyweight division. Like you have your Muhammad Ali's and your Mike Tysons, and more recently like the Tyson Fury and the Anthony Joshua. So there's two guys basically who have been on like a crash collision course to eventually meet, and there's now talks that they're like two of the biggest fighters in the world, and that they may never fight in their career because of other contracts that they have with different belts. And like one of their agents is apparently like afraid of setting up a fight because they're both one of them has like one loss and the other has a one loss too, and they want to keep like really good records and have a legacy. And it's like, what are we really doing here? Like, just have them fight. They're two of the most entertaining people to watch. Like, people would pay the most money. Why is it
Exactly.
not happening?
It makes me furious to like what you just said with the manager. It makes me furious to think that they don't want this to happen because they want them to look like their records were more perfect, when in reality we're all going to remember that they didn't fight because of that.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
I lose respect, at
Yeah.
least, I mean, that's how I feel. Like, how are you going to deny everybody of a great fight because you're worried about how the record is? If he's really the best, fight then. That's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
literally the sport.
I agree.
True. Well, could either of you take the Paul brothers on, one of them at least,
Yeah, both of them.
I couldn't.
Yeah, I could.
at the
They're
same time?
actually probably
Yeah.
good.
Nah.
Bro, do you think you could beat up a Paul brother?
I think, yeah, easily.
Bro,
I
they
think
fight with like one of the best trainers.
yeah, but I
in
get
the world.
I get inside their head.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
It's already happening.
Talk your
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Wow,
Look,
there it is.
I think with the proper training that Brody could fucking beat the shit out of one of the Paul brothers.
Hold on, here it is, and you heard it here first. Is Jake Paul? I'm coming for you, you fucking coward.
You fucking coward. If you don't think I'm gonna be Brody's hype man, you got another thing coming. You stupid bitches. I'm fucking ready, dude.
Let's go.
You got a robot. We got Sklurp in the corner.
Yeah.
You're fucking right.
Oh man, that's awesome. Thanks for that. I mean, I love peeking into the worlds that I'd have no interest in. I just love seeing other people talk about it and how passionate they get about it. It's really awesome.
Yeah, it's fun getting that stuff explained to you when you don't necessarily care about it, but you care about, keeping up with the news and hearing what your friends are interested in. It's it's interesting how that works.
It's really cool.
It also
Brody.
helps from a podcast perspective because we have people who are asking good questions about things, live.
Yeah. True.
Brody, we just got the trademark for "Get out of my ring, you fucking clown." We're good to go.
Oh, perfect. Awesome. Excellent. Okay. This is happening.
Oh
This is
wow, I
happening.
can't wait.
Yeah, it'll
I
be good.
can't
It'll be good.
wait.
And I'm gonna go to Olive Garden. I'm gonna try that training.
Shout out to Olive Garden, our sponsor.
Yeah.
Not our sponsor.
Not
We
our
need to
sponsor. It's
disclose
not a
that.
sponsor. Let's disclose.
Shout
it
out to
right now.
Olive Garden, not our sponsor.
Yes,
just a
But we do
friendly
love
shout out.
Endless salads and breadsticks.
it's true.
Amazing. Squirt, was there anything else you wanted to chat about, or was that your passion
good
for the
right there,
week?
I think.
All right, sweet. Yeah,
That's my passion.
that's awesome. that's so good. Well, what about I mean, you briefly mentioned this before we started, but what about I hate to talk about Apex again, but hey, the new details on a new legend. I want to know about that. I'm interested in that.
Let me grab that.
Please do. I
love Apex. Let's talk about it always. It's the best game. I love it.
You
It's Brody's
actually
favorite
hate it,
game.
don't you?
I think that I think they
That's
need
not-
to
that's not
make
what I've heard.
I think they need to make a legend based off Brody because of how much he hates the game.
Yes, I would agree.
I like that.
It-
And that legend can fight Jake Paul.
Perfect.
Would you quit Apex if they made a Jake Paul legend?
I would be a Warzone player so fast, and I hate Warzone. So the legend that I saw pop up. So there's a couple of data miners on Twitter, and I follow them constantly because I'm obsessed with Apex.
Yep.
No surprise there.
Mm-hmm.
But this might not necessarily be the legend for season 9. As you know, they always have like one new legend per season.
Yep.
But what was mined was there's a new legend called Pariah, and Pariah sounded pretty interesting. So I'm just going to run through the abilities real quick. So their passive ability would be a training ability where Pariah can see enemy health bars.
Ooh.
And Pariah is also immune to stunning effects and her own steam, which I don't know what the steam is yet. I guess we're going to get into that as I read more of these abilities. But seeing enemy health bars would be so fucking clutch.
That'd be
so
crazy.
I really like the sound of that. I mean, I can't imagine knowing, like, if a guy's like 25 health, you're like, oh, I'm just going to push him. I'm going to push him right now.
Yeah.
Wow. From
a
now
lot of
on,
good
like,
info.
yeah, like somebody yelling one shot could actually be true.
Exactly.
Right.
I was going to say, I mean, if you're playing Pariah, you could actually just be like, actually, they're 2 shots, which would just be lovely.
Yeah.
Because I know I've done enough times with Websy where I go, they're 1 shot, and Websy's like, he had 50 health, and it's like, well,
He had
Pariah,
full
you know.
shields. Yeah.
I actually missed the whole.
He
clip.
actually wasn't even cracked. And
and then when you move on to Pariah's tactical ability, it's apparently it's going to be a sonar grenade. So you can throw the sonar grenade, revealing enemies in its area of effect, and the grenade lasts for 15 seconds. So it sounds like right off the bat, it sounds like Pariah could be like a better Bloodhound from what I'm getting so
Right.
far.
But depends what the radius would be on that grenade.
Yeah.
It does.
And the
Absolutely.
sonar, like the enemy pings only appear on the map, I'm guessing, not like right in front of you like Bloodhound.
That's what I would guess. Is I guess it would be like a UAV effect.
Yeah.
But I mean, and I hope it would be, because if they make it appear like for your entire team, like on screen, not on minimap, then you're just almost negating all of Bloodhound's abilities.
Yeah,
right then and there.
exactly.
Because you can see enemy health bars with your passive, and now you can already see with the sonar grenade as well. And then the ultimate ability is called Sacrificial Romantic. Pariah activates an SDM device, releasing a flurry of steam in all directions, but becomes unable to move. So I don't really understand how this works yet.
what?
But the steam causes burn damage directly to health.
Huh.
So
to health only.
to health only, not even to shields. So I mean, I guess
Whoa.
if you're in the steam cloud and you're already low on health, then you're just going to get absolutely fucked. So I guess I don't understand how the movement comes into play. Like, why isn't I able to move? I don't know if it like encases her or something. I'm not really sure what the idea is there, but I don't know. All of it sounded really interesting because damage directly to health is very similar to caustic gas. So, which I really love. It just turns me on. So give me that damage to health, because I would just love taking enemies out immediately because they think that full shields makes them safe. So
That's so
I heard you
cool.
had a couple thousand kills with caustic, just like 6,000 or something like that.
just a few
Yeah, okay.
kills, like
Yeah.
almost 25,000. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, just a cool 25k.
A couple.
I've seen better.
Yeah. I've only seen better 13 other times in the world.
Yeah, not many, but hey, it's okay. We'll get up there.
I'm super interested in this character. I'm also more interested in what the character design is going to look like. You're all about the technicalities and the tacticals and stuff like that. Like, I love the character designs of this game, and I'm super excited to see what they look like.
Me too. I mean, they always make the characters look incredibly unique, and they always, like, even the feel, like when you switch from one character to another. Like, I play Caustic obviously a majority of the time, but people will get legend requests in through my channel points, and like playing a different legend, like even the movement and like the height of the character feels different when you play one legend so much. So it really is special what they do with the character design itself. Like, I do love like getting into the nitty gritty of the abilities, and I love getting the damage numbers, because like that's where I'm at now since I've played this in season 1.
Yeah.
But just the fact that they can make all of them look so drastically different and feel so drastically different. And even the running feels different. Like, you literally feel faster when you play a different character.
Oh yeah,
it's really
100%.
nuts. And so I really appreciate how much effort they put into the design.
That's so cool. I have a feeling, based off the name, and then also based off an article I saw of like a loading screen that's kind of like hinting at like an angelic figure. I think it's gonna look kind of like that. Maybe have some wings or something like that.
Like that one from Overwatch.
I was just
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Well, and Pariah suggests that also.
That's what I'm saying. Like, based off the name, like going off.
Oh
that,
yeah, didn't listen to you and then stole what you said completely.
I wonder if like Pariah's gonna be kind of angelic.
Oh, based on the name?
Oh,
Based on the
right.
name.
Where did?
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
maybe.
Wow. Good idea.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Pretty
Thanks.
original. Ian,
Appreciate
I
that.
think.
Yeah. Just right out of my own head.
You should definitely speak up more often.
Copy that.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Let's move on to what Websy has to bring to the table. Websy. Dallas.
Guys, there is a game that's coming out that I am so excited for.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure it's in the stages of early alpha, and this is one that I kind of hinted at in last week's episode, which if you missed, go back and listen to that. It was a great time. It's called Ashes of Creation.
Okay.
Has anyone heard of it?
No.
Nope, but I'm in.
I remember.
No, yeah.
I remember you hinting at this last episode, and you never You never like pulled the trigger on it. I was like, "What the fuck are these blue balls you're giving me right now? Come on."
So the reason I gave you blue balls is because I could talk about it for 45 minutes. I'm not going to today, but it needed to be its own thing.
It's gonna spread it
So
across all of our episodes cumulatively.
it'll be
One sentence per.
definitely mentioned again. That's for sure. Because I have a feeling it'll be a game that I lose my life to.
Okay, cool.
just-
Let's hear it.
Absolutely no life. So Ashes of Creation is essentially like it's an MMORPG. If you know the genre,
Love it.
you got your World of Warcrafts, your there's so many MMORPGs. There's first person MMORPGs. This one will be a third person. It's going to be more like World of Warcraft, with hints of I forget the one that they're drawing from, but there's like a famous. I feel like I gotta look this up here. Hold on.
Is it like a Diablo sort of thing? Is it a dungeon crawler at all? No. Okay.
It's not a dungeon crawler. It's an open world, like a
Oh.
giant open world.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I played World of Warcraft for the 30-day trial. And I was like, nah, but that was a long time ago, so I might get back into something like this.
Yeah. So, I mean, World of Warcraft. The only reason I bring it to the table is obviously it's the most notable
Right.
MMORPG probably. To
RuneScape?
That's another one. But it's more of a dungeon crawler. RuneScape.
Fair,
Like
fair. Yeah.
The way you said that, RuneScape? It's like
RuneScape?
Raggy.
RuneScape definitely has, it definitely has more players, 100%.
Yeah, definitely RuneScape has more players than World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Okay, so to get into what Ashes of Creation is, it's essentially a dynamic MMORPG where the world structure is dynamic and it's built to react to your actions. So cities will rise and fall as you shape the world. Quests and secrets will unlock as populations gather and their needs grow. And as the world's like NPC structure is established in real time, you'll have the ability to destroy what's being created
Oh.
and pave the way for like new developments and populations change, basically. So there's different nodes, they're calling them node systems, where players will affiliate their allegiance to that node, and that node will gain experience as the players who have basically pledge themselves gain experience on their characters. So
Okay.
there's 5 different types of nodes. I'm not quite sure off the very tip top of my head what they are, but they all have different ruling structures. For example, one is like you have like a gladiator that fights for you as your representation in the government. One is like a full-blown democracy where you're just voted into power. One is like it's like scientific, so it's based off of like quests and who does the most questing and who does the most for the node. And those nodes can basically have giant PvP wars with their characters and take over the node. So the world is so big that at the very beginning of a server starting, for an example, there could be 100 different nodes. But at the end, when a node gets to its biggest point, there is only enough room on the map for 5 nodes.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
So there would be a series of sieges and wars between cities and different level nodes, because I think they go like 1 through 5 depending on how many people are affiliated to that node, and you essentially are constantly just trying to take over the fucking world.
What I want to say era, but like what type of world is this set in? Is this like medieval fantasy? Like what is this?
Kind of, yeah. So it's like a magic medieval fantasy. So there's like characters with armor, like medieval type looking armor, as some of the character designs, but you can ride like a lizard and the lizard can swim and run, and
Okay.
the people who are the leaders of each of the biggest nodes in the world, whether it be through like election or the most quests or you fight for it. Those people get like flying mounts, and they're ginormous dragons that have like power during your wars. It sounds like you're just, I don't know, it just sounds like something that I'm going to absolutely lose myself in.
Is there
You know?
is there a storyline to follow, or is it just like the object of it is to go in and take over nodes?
Well, I would imagine that there's going to be like quest lines
Right. Okay. Yeah.
within your nodes. I don't know if there's going to be like a story per se,
Mhm.
but there will be lore, much like World of Warcraft.
Right. I'm also drawing like lineages to like
So Lineage 2,
Skyrim or something.
Lineage 2 is actually the one that I mind blanked on and I couldn't think of, but Lineage 2 is the one that they refer to a lot in terms of like their inspiration and their development. So
Wow, I didn't even know that was a game. I was just using
I was gonna say
words.
that was really funny for me because you're like, I'm drawing Lineage to this, and he's like, yeah, Lineage too.
no,
I'm like,
Lineage
wait,
2 is
what?
a game.
No, I didn't know that was a game. I was just speaking a sentence.
Yeah. So thank you for that.
That's
You
amazing.
inspired my ideas.
That's
But
incredible.
it basically draws inspiration from a lot of MMOs, and it's probably one of the most hyped MMO, because I feel like if you're a fan of MMOs and you have been for a long time, you know that you get excited for things and then you get shit on when it's not ready and it's released.
Right.
So they're in the like pre-alpha or alpha 1 stages right now, and they're only giving like key access to specific designated people who they're selecting to.
Okay.
And then they're going to do like an actual alpha. And then I would imagine like a closed beta, and then a beta, and then the full release. So it's like, I think we're like a year and a half to 2 years potentially from like the first iteration of a release.
Mhm.
But it's something that I've been following for like the past 3 years. And it's something that's very exciting for me, coming from that Roots game that I told you about, which is Phantasy Star Online episode 1 and 2.
Right. It sounds like I want like the next Fable game to be.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like what anyone who likes an RPG would envision something that they would want to play for like a prolonged period of time.
Yes. And I love RPGs. I love me an RPG.
This one's just online and ginormous.
That's sweet.
Yeah. So that's something that I'm super excited for. And I'll definitely be giving, I would imagine, updates as that continues to develop.
Is that something that you would stream?
Most likely in like off hours. Like it would be very relaxed, chilled. It wouldn't be like a normal, irregular scheduled programming.
Right.
It might be like a late night, like whoever's up.
Yeah,
for an hour.
Because that sounds like a grinding kind of game, and
it's a grinding game.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't stream World of Warcraft just because I just wouldn't. I know you have to be locked into World of Warcraft, and you're like with your guild or whomever you're playing with, and if you're doing raids, you have to be like really coordinated and communicating with 50 people.
Yeah.
So it's like really hard to stream games like that.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe, but it would be like an after hours thing.
Brody, Alex, is this a game that you would be interested in?
Certainly something I'd be willing to look into. I mean, like you, and I think I can speak for you when I say this, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I love a good RPG, but I like my solo, my Final Fantasies or things like that. I like just a story, a campaign. Right. The MMO side of these RPGs have always been like, I'm into it, but I've never gotten into it at the same time, if that makes sense. Like, I like it in theory, and I'm surprised I don't play them because I like the idea of them, but I haven't. There's never been one that's gripped me. So I'd absolutely look into this. I'm curious, at least. So
yeah. No, I'm on the same boat. I mean, I skipped all the online Final Fantasy games, right?
Yeah, me too.
So like, I only played the ones with the story. So I'd be willing to give this a shot for sure. Is this your cup of tea, Alex, or nah?
I mean, I think, as you guys know, I'm very FPS heavy,
Mhm.
but I mean, I do love a good open world game, and so I definitely be happy to look into it. I'm really curious about it. I mean, Websy makes it sound very appealing, and honestly, I love playing like any game with Dallas. So it's just like, I mean, give me a giant dragon that I can fly on and I'm in.
Yeah.
You know?
So
I mean,
true.
yeah.
So true.
But the game. So one thing that I did want to bring up, and that I wanted to kind of grab your guys' opinion on too, is the structure of payment
Oh,
that's required to to play the game. And this is something that I feel like is more common with the MMO RPG genre than any other game genre, because you have to pay monthly
yeah.
to play it.
I was
And it's a
afraid you were going to
monthly
say that.
sub. Yeah, so I feel like that scares people away, but it also kind of hoards a niche community who is hyper committed to playing the game. You know, like people who are really, really into it.
Mhm.
But I wanted to gauge your guys' opinion, because I've only ever paid for like 4 months in a row of World of Warcraft, and then after that being like, hey, I'm so into other games with my friends and I don't have anyone who plays this, that like it's just not worth it for me to continue my subscription to the game. So what are your thoughts on like a pay to play kind of structure?
Mm.
The fact that it is necessary to pay to play will definitely deter a lot of people from doing it. But I mean, you look at your battle passes or anything in any game, and that's a monthly. I mean, you kind of can pay once and then get it for free based on the battle pass. But like, I don't think it's going to make or break the game. I mean, people expect to pay for these sorts of things nowadays. And like, if people really want to play the game, as long as the monthly fee isn't something astronomical, I don't think it would hinder me or anybody I really know.
Yeah, that was
Right.
that was going to be my point. Just like depending on the price point, I guess. It's just like not just video games either, but everything else is just fucking monthly payments, like software, like Adobe
true.
and stuff like that. And it's just like,
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Netflix, Hulu,
Netflix, Hulu, yeah,
streaming
exactly.
now. I mean, literally everything's payments. I mean,
Literally
the,
everything.
the
So-
thing I'll say now though
yeah.
is, you have a lot of these games popping up, like Apex, for example, where it's free to play. Apex
Yeah.
is
Yep.
free to play. Warzone's free to play. And so I think people who play, RPGs and MMOs, they might not be, turned off by the idea of a monthly payment, especially if they're like a WoW player and they're like, oh wow, I'd really like to try this game, because they're used to that. But if you're trying to get somebody like me who has these battle royales that are free to play, minus the battle pass, I lose a little bit of interest for sure, because I'm like, why would I pay a monthly thing? I was like, because like Brody said, I can pay for a battle pass once and it essentially pays for itself if I don't spend those coins, because you get coins as you progress. And so like I'm getting exactly what I want for free. So
Right.
like, why would I have to pay monthly? Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So
Yeah. It's about, I think it's about I think Websy kind of touched on this, but it's about adopting a lifestyle and paying for that lifestyle almost. Like
Yeah.
you're subscribing to thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of hours potentially in a world that you're escaping into to play and build and create a character. It's like a second life, which is also a game, I guess. But yeah, I think those people who have that kind of priority will pay monthly for as long as it takes for them to feel satisfied with building a world. I think that's
This is true.
Isn't Second Life the game Dwight plays in The Office?
is that
I think
it
you
is.
just said Second Life, and then you're like, I guess that's a game too. But I'm pretty sure it's a fictional game from The
Oh, I
Office.
thought it was a real game.
I think Half-Life is the real game.
Yeah, I was certain that it was a real game, because don't they mention that game in Hot Tub Time Machine as well?
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's like the chips, like they're like Let's chips or something that are in every sitcom, even though they're not in the same universe. Like maybe it's just a game that a bunch of different content has decided to pretend is a real game.
Right. Yeah, maybe. I thought it was.
I
thought it
will
was real.
say, with the progression of virtual reality, I can 1000% see it existing soon, if it
absolutely.
doesn't already.
Oh
I'll play
yeah.
it.
Like
I'll play it.
this game, I haven't seen a game like this since WoW. And a game like this coming at this point in time in technology and how fast technology is progressing, I can definitely see this game adapting some sort of virtual reality, Oculus, whatever, plugging in to like upload your brain in the future. I don't know, but like it's definitely coming at a certain point in time where like it can adapt so much more than it will initially be released as,
So you firmly believe, based off of that statement, that like the Ready Player One variety of the world will one day exist.
100%.
That would be
100%. Yeah, I don't see why it doesn't already, to be honest. You lay down
it's just VR online.
Yeah, you lay down, you plug yourself in, and you just play with your mind. I mean, you guys see that video of the chimpanzee playing Pong with his mind?
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah. So yeah, Elon Musk released inputted his microchip into a chimpanzee that allowed him to like telepathically play Pong.
Okay.
Yeah. So
we're all gonna die.
Let's not give chimps microchips. You know?
Also, kind of. That's the one.
Microchips.
Yeah.
Microchips. Dude.
Name of the episode right there.
Copyrighted trademark.
It's kind of scary.
I was just gonna say I'm kind of nervous for that time in the world, you know, where there's who knows? There are some people who think that life is a simulation. I don't know if it is. It could be. Who knows?
Yeah.
But if we get to the point where we're creating a simulation of different iterations of life, then maybe we're just creating a time loop.
I didn't even fucking think of that. Holy shit, dude.
Maybe we're already in a time loop, pal. You know?
Oh,
there you go.
This might already be the simulation inside of the simulation.
So you think that the simulation that we're in is maybe an earlier iteration of virtual reality that someone is playing to try and progress to create another simulation? And that it's just a never-ending cycle of simulations?
Yeah,
That's exactly what I'm saying.
What if the life we're living right now is the eventual outcome of the alpha game that's being released that you're talking about?
I mean,
there you go.
That's just there.
It's a
That's
damn
it.
good alpha, if you ask me.
You got mine.
I hate this alpha personally.
Brody said we need the beta test now.
Yeah, we need the beta first.
Yeah,
we've been waiting for 30 years. Give us the beta
for real.
Well, okay, so but like at the same time, how awesome would it be? And I'm speaking to Alex and Dallas specifically because of Apex. But Brody too, like apply this to any game that you play. But how cool would it be if you can play Apex with your mind? Like you are making decisions based on what you're thinking, and your skill level is directly related to how fast you can react in your mind.
Bro, like I can reach down and pick up a 301 and put the clip in the bottom of it and just beam a guy
with a thought
and feel like I'm holding the 301. Oh my god.
With a thought.
I can tell you right now that I just would never play with pants on.
Yeah, ever.
I mean, my goodness, that would be the best thing ever.
It would be so cool.
Terrifies me. I don't even like wireless controllers. I don't want any more advancement. I just want my gaming to be simple. I want to use a controller. I don't need any of this.
Okay, so Brody's out.
Yeah,
Websy's an eventual convicted felon.
100%.
And Alex is a nudist.
And Alex is a nudist. All right.
I've already signed my agreement. Elon Musk, drill that hole in my head and fucking put that wire in, baby, because I'm ready.
Let's go. Juice me up.
Let's go, dude. Just fucking make me a cyborg. Like, why not, dude? You know?
Well,
aren't you all ready?
Yeah.
You know?
Pretty much.
If that's the way you're going, just just do it now. I'm ready. Honestly.
I mean, at this point, look, I'm 26. Okay, like, why resist? Why be like, oh no, don't drill a hole in my head and make me better? You know, like let's just fucking roll with it, dude. Okay.
Make me better.
I mean, it's one of the better holes that can be put in your head. You know, like the other ones are like lobotomy and getting shot. So like, I'll take the Elon.
It's the better of three holes. Oh man.
What the fuck, dude?
It was like there's an ear piercing.
Yeah. No, this is it. This is top 3.
Yeah.
Top 3.
Oh man, that's great. Anyway, Brody. Sorry, Websy. Dallas, was there anything else that you wanted to bring to the table other than this fantastic game that's led us on a big, huge rabbit hole dive?
No, I think I one of the things that I did want to touch on as a part of that is like the structure of how games are played in terms of payment, which we definitely touched on, and I'm glad that we did because
Okay.
that's something that I was very curious about. So that was my second topic, and we've already covered it. Baby.
Cool. Yeah, like to sum up, I'm of the mindset like give it to me free or let me pay for it once and I'll play it.
Right.
Yeah, that's me for sure.
That's fair. I feel like that's a very fair way to think. It's also a very traditional way to think.
Yeah, no, I know. And games like this coming out, like I did with WoW, like I'll play the 30 days to see if I do get
Right.
addicted to it, or like I hope there's a free trial of this game.
I can't see them not making one.
Yeah,
At least 7 days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just to bring people in. Okay, yeah, cool. Moving on, Brody, what do you got for us?
It's actually really funny how organically a segue came up for mine. Kind of. You'll see what I mean. But
Okay.
it's in the interest of technology going scary far, and us living in the future.
Okay.
Did you guys, obviously you had toys when you were kids where like a Woody in Toy Story, you'd pull the string and they'd say different things or whatever. They have like 5, 6 different phrases they'd obviously cycle through. You know them, you love them, you get used to them. What if you woke up one day and they started saying different things?
What?
Like
I know
the ones that I already know to be saying those things with like a pull cord in the back.
Yes, like they had a pull cord in the back and they said, "There's a snake in my boot," or "You're my favorite deputy." But then you woke
Right.
up one day and they were like, "I need to pay alimony." Not
Oh
that,
my
for example,
God.
but something completely outrageous.
I
Anyway,
want
Makes you
prenup.
like microchipped.
Yeah. Anyway, so what I found out, the article I was reading was, do you guys know those new Lego toys that they're releasing? They're like little Lego, they're almost block action figures that you create. They're like robots almost. They have little like voice boxes and
Like
they
Bionicles.
it's right now it's Mario. There's a Mario series out.
Okay.
Where you put him on certain platforms and he'll say something. Like they're little electronic toys, but they're Lego.
Wow, I did not
But-
know about this.
Okay, they're pretty cool. And they say their same things like "Let's go" or you know, "It's a me Mario" or whatever. And they've said the same thing since they launched like a year ago. There's not a lot that they can say. But Nintendo or whoever makes the toys released a firmware update in the toys. So people started turning on their toys today and Mario was asking where Luigi is.
What?
Which is
Oh,
terrifying. And it's
okay.
Nintendo's way of announcing that the next toy that they're gonna make a Luigi one of these.
So wow, that's cool.
Whoa.
Announcing the next product through their current product.
Yeah,
That's
which
That is so
oh,
cool.
okay, hey, no, hold on. Let's talk about how that's a complete invasion of privacy.
that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Because Dallas, wow, so cool. No, Dallas, you know what? You're literally some 5-year-old fucking loves Mario, and now
Right.
the toy's like, hey, you know, he's like, what if the toy was like, hey, Dallas, where's Luigi? Go tell your parents to buy me. Like that's what's happening. Like that's fucking nuts.
It's
Yeah, but like Google already
nuts.
does that to me anyway, you know?
Yeah, but also, you know, you're fucking 26, so.
And
Yeah, that's true.
wow,
This
how
is a toy. These are for children.
at what point? Okay, so I'm assuming these things have to connect to a wireless network in order for the firmware to be
They
distributed.
would have to. And again, I don't know. I don't own these toys. I don't know how they
So-
work. I read the article and it's
Do you know what they're called?
Lego Super Mario.
Okay,
Lego.
so my fear is that the eventual and inevitable outcome is somebody hacking in and uploading phrases to these toys like, "Hey, Timmy, let's try heroin," and like then
Yeah.
it's over. It's
Yeah,
over.
You're adopted. Yeah.
That's the scary part.
Well,
of
I
it
mean,
all.
you've already haven't you seen that like that's happened with like Ring doorbells and things like that? Have you guys seen those? Where like people hack
No.
in? You haven't seen this? Well,
No.
so Ring doorbells, for example, you know, like they have like you can have like a little base template, kind of like an iPad or something, and people have hacked into those and like talked to the kids instead. They're like, "Hey, is anyone around?" Like people just hack in and do this.
Oh
and
my
that's
god.
and that's with a Ring doorbell thing. So like,
Yeah,
I'd rather my
this
kids'
is-
toys not have firmware updates.
Yeah,
I think it's ridiculous.
I'd rather them
But-
not talk at
yeah.
all.
Yes.
The
Yeah,
toys,
like
not my
we
kids.
had those toys, Derek, from Small Soldiers, the Archer and the Chip Hazard. I don't know if you guys
I
ever saw that movie.
Currently have
No.
them sitting on my shelf behind me. Yeah.
Right. There you go. They talked. I mean, you walked past them and they were like, "Oh, who goes there?" and shit. Like it was really cool. But like that would terrify me. I knew those phrases. That was my favorite toy ever. And if one day he was like, "Hey, you go buy our new line of toys," I'd be like, "What the fuck?"
I'd be like, it's happening. Finally.
So it was bizarre that we got talking about advancements in technology and stuff because that was what I wanted to talk about. I just think it's so weird. And I'm
That's-
so curious and tentative to see how all this goes.
It's bizarre. I wonder if it's going to be one of those technologies that the world just isn't ready for yet. You know, like they're going to release it and it's just going to flop so hard, but only because we're not ready for it. Not because it's not a cool idea or whatever. Because I mean, I think objectively it's cool. It's technology at its finest, you know? But
yeah,
are we ready for it? That's what I'm thinking.
But why would it flop? I mean, the Lego Nintendo Mario or whatever it's called is doing well. Now all it's doing is saying an extra phrase. Like it's not flopping.
Well, because of the security risks, because of the privacy risks, because of the, you know, the subliminal messaging almost, you know, like
yeah.
It is that is the definition of subliminal messaging.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Especially to children, like your poor little Mario that's like your best friend. You're like, "Yo, Mario, what's up, dude?" And he's like, "Where's Luigi?" And you're like, "I don't know. Let's go find him." You know, like they're so susceptible to simple little things that it's kind of unfair.
The thing is, though, I mean, that's not even subliminal. That's just like direct advertising, like in your home, you know?
Yeah, but it's not because they're not saying like,
go buy.
Hey, we have a new Luigi product.
Well, I know he's not saying let's go buy Luigi, but the thing is he's saying, you know, oh, go find it. Like it's not subliminal because I mean, you know, like that implies that, you know, it's like you're picking it up, you know, like in an unconscious state almost, you know. But I mean, this is like he's just saying it without saying it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what's the word for that? I mean, I wouldn't call it subliminal. I mean, I guess it's not direct because he's not saying buy Luigi for fucking, you know, $25.99, but. But still, I mean,
it's subtext.
It's subtext.
It's a step too far, I think.
Yeah. Right. If the toys that spoke and had a set repertoire of phrases, if they said something different one day, straight in the blender, 100%.
Yeah, in the blender.
I love it.
The blender.
Yeah.
I love that you chose the blender.
Well, I'm not putting it in the garbage so it can live throughout life and possibly wreck somebody else's
like your
child. Yeah, exactly.
Like become a Chucky doll.
Exactly.
The creepiest eyes. Oh my god.
Yeah, why were Furbies a good idea? You know?
Oh
my god, Furbies were scary, dude.
They're fucking creepy.
I want, because we're on this topic, and this is like a very common one, and Darik mentioned something about the world not being ready, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys feel about self-driving vehiculars?
Oh,
I mean, I've only really heard bad things so far.
It's so true.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit because, I mean, first of all, I mean, with me, like, I'd rather the cars just self-drive because people are such terrible drivers. Like, I'd rather just let technology take its course in that regard. But also, I mean, the mistakes are always so blown out of proportion because they want to be like, oh my God, there's finally like a Tesla accident, you know, and it was driving itself. But I mean, how many accidents happen every day where people are driving the cars?
Yeah.
You know, like it's one accident blown out of proportion, you know, with a self-driving car versus the thousands of accidents that happen, you know, in the US or in your case, Canada, you know.
Yeah. It's only because it's the new shiny thing. Everybody's like, oh man, this isn't safe.
Yeah, to have it fail when they're showcasing it, like again, Elon Musk when he broke the window of that truck, it was like, oh, like you can't advertise this thing as the new good, the new better, the new now, and then have it fuck up. You can't.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah, I do think though, like if you look at some of the, I mean, just as an example, go on YouTube and search Tesla self-driving. There is a fucking million videos of people with their just having a great trip, going and everything's fine. It gets them to their destination, everything's safe. But the ones where like the Tesla takes over and changes 2 lanes and almost drives them into a median has like 50 million views, and the other ones have 15,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because people love to watch the bad shit happen.
It's the media, yeah.
I know. It's like people just want to see these things fail, I feel like. Whereas like if you just dive in and accept it and know that, hey, 25 sensors is probably better than you being able to check your blind spot.
You know? See,
correct.
That it's a prime example of, you're right, the world is not ready because everybody wants to see this stuff fail. And on that regard, Alex, I'm on Alex's side where I would love to see self-driving cars eventually. I think they're amazing technology, but only if every car on the road is a self-driving car.
Agree.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, you're not getting my driving. I'm driving. I'll be the one.
Stay away from me, man.
I don't want to. I love to drive. It's like one of my favorite things to do. I'm not ever get a self-driving car.
But I'm just saying, like, if it becomes a thing where self-driving cars are a common thing. I would rather it be every car on the road versus some are and then some are humans, because you know that it's the humans that are going to be fucking up. You know it. Because
Not me. This
I've
dinosaur with his wired controller and his
This
own
guy.
car driving.
Who won't wear his fucking glasses half the time?
such
I
an
mean,
old
I guess
man.
what I'm gonna find interesting, Darik, like you said, is like, you were saying you just want every car to be a self-driving car,
Mhm.
Yeah.
And what's gonna be really interesting is I think the point between like where we are now and like having fully self-driving cars, like 100%. Because I think what we're gonna see is I think insurance companies are gonna start playing a big role in that. Where
Whoa,
if the car self-drives and you're literally like, basing it off the car, I think Brody's insurance is gonna cost a lot more because he's refusing to use the technology that makes everyone
Oh,
safer.
100%.
That makes sense.
Whoa.
That makes a lot of sense.
That's a
100%.
very interesting perspective, Alex.
Brody, you
Thanks,
are the
man.
new red car.
You are.
Yeah.
That's
Red
fine
cars
by
have
me.
higher insurance premiums, just in case you guys didn't know.
Yes.
They do indeed.
Yeah,
Um,
it's weird.
Well, you were telling the people, not us.
I was
Yeah.
telling the people.
Uh,
That one was for the people.
another level of this too is that I've been in a self-driving car. Like I worked as a valet for a short amount of time, and it was like rich fucking people driving these cars, and
Right.
I got to experience a self-driving Tesla, and it was flawless. It was so much fun.
Whoa.
It parked itself. It drove me to the event, and from the event to the parking lot. It was great.
There's a comedy sketch in there. Like, here's valet.
Yes.
Take my keys, park my car, and you get in there, and it just drives you, and you're like, all right.
And
okay.
it like drives you off a bridge.
Yeah.
The valet guy.
It's brilliant.
Oh,
But I loved it so much, and it actually
Yeah.
made me fall in love with Teslas, and I can't wait for the day.
I want one.
But so Brody, I'll say this, since you seem like you're the odd man out here about like not wanting a self-driving car. But I mean, like, at some point, I think every car will at least have the self-driving capability. Maybe you
Yes.
have the option to turn it on and off. But so
Right.
would you be open to that? Because I mean, look, maybe there's a day where you're exhausted or you're drunk or you're
Well, I
you know,
was
or
gonna
so-
say, yeah. Then
so
I
on
could
and so forth.
drive to the bar or to a party and not have to worry about it. That'd be cool.
Right. So I mean, I think there are, even if you don't want to use it all the time, because I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like I love driving. I love making my own decisions. I love having my hands on the wheel. I like feeling it. I like feeling the car when I put my foot on the pedal. I love that. But there are situations like that where I think it would benefit a lot of people and make everybody safer. And so I think it would be a huge benefit to at least have a vehicle that has the option. And so hopefully all the companies will at least start having that option for people to make everybody safer.
Yeah, no, that's fair. There's also the sense of like it's so much more frustrating to be like in an Uber and stuck in traffic when someone else is driving. I if I'm stuck in traffic myself and I have somewhere to be, I'm like, well, whatever, it's me. But if someone else is driving, I'm like, this sucks, move. And I feel like I'd be so helpless in a self-driving car if it had to make all the decisions. I don't know. It's a weird mental block, I think, but I want to live in like 2006 technology. Nothing needs to change.
Give me those
There's
manual windows.
Yeah.
There's a couple things about this that I wanted to touch on. The first is, Brody, when you say like traffic, and self-driving cars are apparently supposed to be things that can eliminate traffic
Yeah.
because they can flow so fluidly together and like maybe even connect like trains, like who knows, but like in theory, matching pace and speed and merging so precisely that there is just no gridlock. Because there's no human error and people slamming on brakes or trying to beam past everyone. You'll know exactly how long it'll take you to get somewhere. So that's the first thing that I wanted to say. And the second thing is kind of bringing it back full circle because I can't stop getting it out of my brain, is Brody getting hammered at a party and punching in the wrong address in his self-driving car. And driving 10,000 miles away from home asleep at the wheel.
Oh my god.
Waking up in like fucking Alabama and being like, how did I get here?
Oh my god! I mean, I really hope Brooke just be like, "Take me home," and like the car would be like, "Taking you home."
Recognize
True.
Brody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to
Oh,
punch it in
man.
manually because that would be a big old flaw.
Holy shit, that's
Big ol'
funny
flaw.
though. That's funny.
Oh, that would be the best comedy
See,
skit.
I'm just thinking
I
about
love
how I'm
that.
drunk as a skunk and the car's just taking me to Whataburger. That's what I'm thinking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not only can it get you home safely, but it can get me some food. My goodness! Like,
Whew.
just sign me up now.
What if it could swing by a burger joint before it picks you up?
Whoa! Oh my god!
I mean,
you have to
there's
be in the car, don't you?
No,
Well,
whatever.
so I think legally you do, but I think you can not be.
Oh,
Because I've seen videos where somebody said like I used my Tesla as an Uber, like, and it comes like there's nobody in the car and it came and picked them up and then they got in and took them home.
that's terrifying.
Because there was-
I hate
'cause there was
that.
no
I hate
parking.
that. I hate that. That's terrifying.
What, you hate not paying for Ubers or?
Ghost driver.
Oh, okay.
Ghost driver.
Ghost
Pick me up.
driver.
Oh
Is Nick Cage gonna star
man.
in that one? Or?
Yes,
Good, good.
probably.
We just need to create a TV show of Brody living in a world of technology.
No.
We really do.
No.
It's so good.
What I love, you know what I love so much is I mean, other than Darik, I guess, Brody met all of us through
Aw.
technology. And he's like, yeah, fuck technology.
Oh yeah.
He literally streams on Twitch, but he's like, yeah, I don't like this
Yeah.
fucking interweb thing.
I'm a walking contradiction. I know it. There's
It's
just
true.
certain things that already worked. I mean, Twitch, the internet streaming, that stuff got to a point and it needed to get there because look at where we are. But there's some
Right.
stuff that already works. Cars drive. People can drive a car. We don't need to change it.
Can
That's
they,
subjective.
though?
Well,
That's subjective. He prefaces.
Okay. Brody, anything else you want to talk about other than scary future stuff?
no, I just really wanted to talk about that Mario thing because I thought it was fucked.
Cool. So another great segue. Speaking of cars and technology, Fast and the Furious 9. That's what I want to talk about.
Wow,
dude.
First of all, it's the 9th movie in this series. Okay? It is the 9th movie, and not counting the spin-offs or whatever. Holy shit, how did we get here? It's not about
Never slowing down.
Yeah, exactly. It's not about racing anymore. It's definitely still about family.
Is it?
Um,
I didn't get
It's
that
always
from,
about
from the
family.
trailer.
And now with the new trailer that just dropped, they are hinting and teasing at going to space.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh my god.
Has Fast and the Furious franchise become just like a high octane, like a high end Sharknado series? You know, like, is it so ridiculous that it's just kind of laughable at this point? Or
I think if they go to space, yes,
okay,
is the answer.
But I think what they did is they slowly inclined to this insanity. They didn't just make a movie like Sharknado that was to laugh at. They started
True.
grounded and they slowly got more and more bizarre until you just acclimated. You just grew with it and you're like, this is Fast and Furious. Who cares?
that's so true. They kept every movie, they pushed the envelope just a little bit more, so you were still on board. And then it just brings you over to the next one where they push the envelope a little bit further.
And now we're in space.
And
It's so
now we're
beautiful.
in space, guys.
I'm just so happy that it's Luda going to space. I'm so
Luda.
happy about that.
Oh man,
Luda and Tyrese just
Yeah.
going to space.
Just-
you
Let's
know?
go. What a
which will
duo.
probably be another spin-off movie. Let's be real.
Oh my god, I would love that.
And I'd watch it.
Yeah.
Like, Darik, right when you said this, like my eyes lit up.
Yeah, I
Because-
fucking love this franchise.
Because I love the Fast and the Furious franchise so much.
Yeah.
I can watch these movies all day. I can talk about them. And like you said, like it's just a beautiful thing because it started out with like just racing and then it was like stealing a couple small things. And then it was like robbing banks. And now it's just like, hey, we're going to space.
Yeah.
You know, and also John Cena's here. So it's just like it's just I don't know, it's so much fun. Like I'll never not watch these movies because they just keep getting more and more insane. And so like, you know, what you were saying is true. Like it is a little bit laughable. Like there's a scene in this, I mean, and this is it's a funny scene to pick, frankly, because they're going to space in one of the pieces of the trailer. But like John Cena's like on a zip line and like Vin Diesel flies out of nowhere and like knocks him off the zip line. And I was just like, and like lands like in a broken building. And I'm just like, the amount of like timing and skill that would take for Vin Diesel, who's just like drinking beers and saying family repeatedly, is quite an interesting thing to choose because the guy's going full speed on a zip line, you know, like a 45-degree angle. So
Yeah.
I love shit like that though. Like it's so much fun to just see the crazy shit that these writers come up with.
It's so
and
good. The imagination,
it's
man.
so good. I mean, that's the thing is it's turned into like it's less about the racing, obviously, but it's become just more of an event overall. Where you're like, I'm gonna get racing and I'm gonna get action, and I'm gonna get like Tyrese and Luda going to space for whatever reason, you know. And then somehow at the end they're like, it's all about family, you know. And you're like, yeah, it is, you know.
Yeah.
And then and then 2 weeks later, the trailer for Fast 10 comes out, and you're just like, yes, I can't wait.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm always in, and I don't think they're ever gonna lose me.
Oh, it's amazing.
I think it's really cool what they do with Fast and Furious. At least this is for me. When I was a kid, it's exactly the things I used to like play the adventures with my action figures and stuff. Like it's these crazy, impossible, physics-defying jumps and rescues and heists and shit. And like somebody's made those somehow grounded enough to be believable in these action movies, and it's crazy. It's
believable is a little bit of a stretch.
Believable enough that it's not Sharknado.
No, I see what you're saying. Yes,
True, yeah,
I see what you're saying. But yeah, it's very. I agree with you. It's very much the adventures we played our action figures with, which leads me to think that maybe they were just like watching their kids play toys one day. They're like, "That's the next Fast and Furious movie, right
honestly.
there."
on acid.
On acid. I love it.
Kids were on acid?
No, the parents.
No, they were because their toys told them to take some.
Oh, okay.
They were all on acid. It's all
true. Yeah, their toys.
Mario's mushrooms mean something different.
Right.
Get some mushrooms.
The amount of times I've watched this franchise, and it doesn't matter what movie it is, there's always one or two moments at least where I have to like pause, rewind, and watch it back again in slow motion. Because like that moment where in the trailer where he's ziplining and knocks him through the window, like that's gonna be a moment where I'm like, what the fuck? Gotta rewind and watch that again. They're just so unbelievable, but then like I also look at them, I'm like, is that possible? Like, is that out of the realm of possibility? Like, we're watching it in a Hollywood movie for sure, and like when it goes by, we watch it like, oh man, there's no way a car could jump from building to building, whatever. But why not? Why not?
Should be the next like Mythbusters. They should do like a faster fictional show, and people should like, yeah,
faster fictional.
That'd be cool.
Yo,
faster fictional.
I like that.
You're here to hear
Why don't we
first.
just do it.
It's our show now, guys. Welcome to Fast and Fictional.
I can't
I'm
even
your
like
host.
do a cartwheel.
We're definitely getting Brody to do those stunts though, because they have to be man driven.
Oh, I love that.
What's the best Fast
oh my
and Furious movie though?
Ooh.
It's Fast 5.
It's Fast 5. It's the heist one, right?
Yes, it's the heist.
Yeah,
one.
it's 5. It's 5, 100%.
Well, because at least 5 for me is the perfect balance between like the amount of racing and the amount of like insanity. Because like it goes from like just a really solid movie to where they're getting chased and there's some gunfighting and a good amount of car racing, and then it turns into we're pulling a vault on the roads and we're just gonna destroy everything in our paths. And I'm like, this is the perfect level of insanity right here.
Yeah,
like it was the perfect blend for me.
No, because sorry.
No, go ahead, please.
I was just gonna say because Fast 4 came out, and it was I think the first one they tried. They tested those waters of making it a little more action packed, a little more gritty, a little more out of this world. But Fast 4 is arguably Fast 2, but it's not great. Fast 4 lacks in my opinion.
Totally agree.
And I think that they knew that. So with 5, they decided to let's tone it up a bit. Let's have a little more fun. Let's go with the popcorn like flick. Yep. Let's have some fun with it. And they completely fixed what they lacked in Fast 4.
Yeah, no, I agree. This new trailer too, people are saying that it's setting up a Tokyo Drift 2.
Hey man, I was just gonna say my favorite Fast and the Furious is Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo Drift is a sick movie.
It's solid.
So good.
It's a solid racing movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just dream about them drifting through those curves in the parking garage.
Oh my god, I know.
Oh, it's
like,
so
like
good.
I always remember the camera shot where it's like just a sliver away from the concrete, and I'm just like, just give me the drifts.
Yeah,
and the
very,
music
very
too. The music,
so good, so good. But yeah, in this trailer, you get a really quick glimpse of the main character from Tokyo Drift 2.
Let's go.
So I think they might be setting up a sequel. Maybe a sequel series. That'd be cool.
One more important thing. Well, actually, there's two more important things here. So first of all, I mean, if you've all seen the trailer, Han's back.
What is that all about?
Han died in a car crash.
Yeah.
But I like how they're just like, I can't wait until they don't explain how he survived. and I couldn't care less because I'm so happy he's back.
Because it's all about family, baby.
It's all about family, baby.
But like the first trailer for Fast 9 came out like a year ago, and there was more of a reveal for Han. And I think they expected the audience to know this already. So this trailer kind of just had him in it. But there was a reveal in the last one where he like walked out of the darkness and you were like, wait, what the fuck?
Exactly. So, we watched with our own eyes his car blow up with him inside of it.
Yeah.
Hey, like you can see like actual F1 race car drivers have cars that explode and they just walk out.
Yeah,
It's not out of the realm.
but aren't they wearing special stuff to
I
like help
get that
them?
they're in fire retardant gear and whatever. Maybe he was covered in baby oil from a sexual experience that he had previously.
Maybe.
And it made him invulnerable to the flames. See, these are the things that they're not going to tell you that you have to figure out.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. These are things that nobody thinks about.
Exactly.
This is not what Fast and the Furious fans think about.
No,
That's right now.
exactly. Exactly. Oh, that's great.
And then the other thing I saw really quickly when we were, because you talked about this and I have to bring it up, is they were doing like a press conference and the director said, never say never to a crossover with Jurassic World. And I don't know what that means.
What?
But I want to see it. I
What?
want to see it so badly. Like,
What?
I'm sure he was just saying it just to drum up some hype. But God, I read that and I laughed really hard. And then I was like, but actually, can I please see Vin Diesel driving away from a T-Rex? Because I'm in.
Or like driving on a motorcycle down the tail of a dinosaur and like ramping over a T-Rex.
Oh my, give it. And that's the thing. But the thing is like what you said, they'd make it seem real somehow.
I know.
And it excites me so
What
much.
the? You know what? It's okay. I just had a great idea, and I hope they go this route because I love it.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we know the next Jurassic World is literally going to be all the dinosaurs are now on like the mainland. They're just just scattered around the mainland and
Right.
living their best life. They're going to have to assemble a certain group of people to round up all of these dinosaurs to get them back on an island somewhere. And I'm thinking they call in the Toretto family
Fucking hell.
to round those dinos up.
Wow.
Give me it.
I'm here for it. I'm here for why not? Let's go.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised at this point if they just somehow brought Paul Walker back to life and he was just in the next fucking
Honestly, I
movie.
think they should just make Jake Paul Walker, and we're good.
Oh,
to go.
true.
Jake Paul Walker. Like how shitty, you know?
I mean,
Oh my
Paul Walker
fuck.
has like a brother who looks a lot like him, but let's choose
He
Jake
does?
Paul.
He
Yeah.
does, yeah.
He does,
Oh,
yeah.
my
He was
God.
used for some of the footage in Fast, was it 7?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
wow.
he died halfway through production.
Rest in peace, Paul Walker, an absolute fucking beautiful human being.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they will never do that to you.
No, and
We
they will
will-
never
no,
do that to you.
no,
I know
they're-
that for free.
That would
Thank
be
God.
fucking disgusting. Oh my god. Okay. Well, I mean that. Besides that, and my hype for the next Resident Evil game.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, the demos are coming out for other people other than the PlayStation owners because only the PlayStation owners got that demo a couple months ago.
yeah.
Right.
So the demos are coming out April 24th for PC and Xbox users. So super stoked for that.
Are you gonna stream it?
Yeah, I want to.
Should.
I want to, absolutely. These are some of my most beloved games, my favorite franchise. So
Yeah, it's up there.
and then building on top of that, there's a Resident Evil CGI TV series coming to Netflix.
What?
Yeah, and it's
That's
it's
awesome.
with Leon and Claire.
That was my next question: is if it's the cast, if it's the actual people. That's
is.
dope.
Yeah, it's a full I think it's a full 10 episode series of the zombie outbreak happening in Washington because Leon works for the president now, right? So
It's canon. It's not going to be
Oh,
Raccoon
yeah.
City because it's destroyed.
all CGI movies that Resident Evil has made is actually canon to the game storylines.
Oh, I did not know that. I haven't watched. I watched the one, like the first one that came out.
Yeah, they're pretty good actually. They're fun.
I remember liking it.
But yeah, they're going back because they've kind of strayed, and all of you probably know this, but they've kind of strayed from the zombie formula. Like it's gone to I don't know, parasites coming out of people's heads and stuff like that. But I think they're bringing it back a little bit for this next endeavor and making it just like pure zombies. That on top of the live action movie and TV series coming to Netflix, I'm fucking all in. Let's go. Resident Evil.
Do we
is
know
so
anything
good.
about the live action stuff? Is that canon as well?
No, that'll be its own stuff.
That'll be making it up like they did with Mila Jovovich.
No. Sorry, it'll be like the actual characters, but it won't be canon per se. Like it's not gonna. live inside the already established storyline, right? But they're gonna.
So it could be Resident Evil 1, the movie.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because there is Leon, Chris, Claire, Wesker, like they've all been casted.
God damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
The guy who plays the big dude in Umbrella Academy and Dickon from Game of Thrones,
Okay.
he's Wesker.
Oh, that makes sense. Dick on.
Oh.
Dick on, dick off.
Yeah.
Dick on.
I always prefer Dick on.
Always Dickon.
That's cool. That's real cool.
Yeah, I'm super stoked for it. But yeah, those were my points. Anybody have any other thoughts they want to throw in before we wrap this up?
I got nothing. This
I'm
was
all
great.
good. Let's wrap this puppy up.
Let's do
Sweet.
it.
Yeah, I'm excited to put this together, and well, I'm not going to put it together. We're going to give it all to David, and he's going to do it, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to David.
Yeah,
We shout out to David. We missed you on this one. and we love
absolutely.
ya.
Yeah.
Thanks, David.
Thank you for doing this for us, David, making this happen. Thank you guys for being here, making this happen. This is always a fun time getting together and talking to each other. And
Yeah, thanks for being the fill-in host.
yeah, I mean, it's super easy with you guys kind of just, paving the way too. So it's good. So until next time, let's outro ourselves with obviously our Twitch plugs. So let's do it. Brody, go ahead.
Cool. Yeah, I am AKA Bro Montana. I stream just about everything. Sunday, Monday, Wednesday. Come on by.
Cool. Sklurp. Alex.
Guys, you can find me at Sklerpicide on Twitch and Twitter, Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Central Time. Love to see you there.
And Websy, Dallas.
Websy Junior or JR at the end there. I am Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time on Twitch.
Beautiful. Yeah, make sure to go check all those lovely people out. They're amazing streamers. Myself, I am Strudel Dude on Twitch, and I stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, 6 to 9, because I like that. And and I hope to see you all there. Thank you all for listening, and until next time, this has been the Zoom Out podcast. Love you guys. See ya.